In this video, we're going to talk about 10 personality traits that you're going to need if you want to succeed at Airbnb. Now, to be honest, these traits or characteristics are going to help anyone succeed in the world of entrepreneurship, but I'm going to try and relate these back to Airbnb. My name's Dave, and I've been at this Airbnb game for over 15 years. We host over 18,000 guests a year across 75 properties, and this year already we've done over £4 million in bookings. Now, it's important to realize that even if you're starting an Airbnb as a side hustle, this is an entrepreneurial venture, and you need to have the right mindset for it. So the first trait that you're going to need to have in bucketfuls is resilience. This is the ability for the market or your business to keep punching you in the face and for you to keep moving forward. In any entrepreneurial venture, you're going to have setbacks, failures, things that go wrong, and it's about being able to just keep pushing on through. Specifically when it comes to Airbnb, and especially at the start, there are a lot of things that you're going to get wrong. You're going to set up the wrong policies, you're going to let guests in that you shouldn't let in, you're going to fuck up your rates and put them for really cheap by mistake, you maybe choose the wrong cleaners, you maybe choose the wrong property, stuff is going to go wrong. And it's so important that whenever these do happen, that you learn from those mistakes and that you ingrain them into your subconscious that you're never going to make it again, and you just keep pushing forward. The next trait you need to be successful in Airbnb is a very strong vision of what you're trying to achieve. Now, you can call it your why, or you can call it starting with the end in mind, but there has to be a reason of why you're wanting to do this. Is the goal to leave work? Is the goal to become an entrepreneur and build an empire? Is the goal just to have a side hustle with a few extra quid on the side? You need to be clear about exactly why you're doing this and what you want to achieve, because when you get that clear, everything else falls away from your peripheral vision and you just become laser focused on that target. And even on a more granular level, it's not just about what you want the Airbnb business to achieve, it's about having a strong vision about what you want the actual property to look like when it's finished. What kind of experience do you want the guests to have? What kind of reviews do you want? Are you aiming for luxury, high-end, budget? What are you going for? You need to have this nailed down in your head, because that goal is going to influence every decision that you make along the way. Next up is self-motivation. Listen, this is a side hustle. You're going out on your own. This is a proper business. There's no one coming telling you you have to go to work. There's no one coming to tell you hurry up and get that done. It's all on you. And guess what? If you don't do it, no one cares. But also no one else will. I know if you're working a full-time job, you're tired when you get home, but you can either watch Netflix or you can get online and watch videos like this, improve yourself and get yourself ready for this entrepreneurial venture that you're going on. Because if and when you get started, the buck stops with you. There's no one you can run to and ask for help. There's no one that's gonna come in like a white knight and save you. This is your business, it's your baby. You're the one starting it, and it all ends with you. Number 4 is the ability and the willingness to take risks. Look, it's terrifying making the leap off a cliff from full-time work into the unknown of entrepreneurship. And like Steve Harvey says, once you jump, that parachute of entrepreneurship might not open straight away. You're gonna fall, you're gonna bump off the rocks, you're gonna get cuts and bruises, but sooner or later, that's gonna open and your business is gonna take off. But you have to make the jump. And that's why so many people don't do it, because it is terrifying to jump into the unknown, that abyss, knowing that there's no paycheck coming. Your ability to make money is entirely tied to how much work and effort you put in. And that's why lots of people stay in the comfort zone of the 9 to 5 and they don't achieve the success that you know you're capable of. And with Airbnb, it is risky. You're potentially buying a property that you think is going to work for Airbnb, or you're signing a lease on Airbnb arbitrage or rent to SA that you think is going to work for Airbnb. You let in guests into a property that you think are okay. It's all a risk, but it's a calculated risk, and you can do your research and prepare and learn from people like me and this book to make sure that the risks are minimized. But to be honest, with no risk, there is no reward. Number 5 is having good adaptability. It's the ability to be agile, to learn quickly, to pivot in your business. And this is really important when you're starting any business, but particularly in Airbnb. And this is actually great whenever you're just starting out, because when you've got one property and it's just you, you make all the decisions. If you want to change the paint color on the walls, you make it happen. If you want to change your pricing, you make it happen. If you want to decide, I don't offer free cancellation anymore, you get to decide. So while that might seem scary to some people that they have to make all these decisions, it actually is liberating that you are in control. You're the boss. You get to make all these decisions, test things, decide very quickly whether they are working or not, or whether you want to just drop the test or change altogether. For me, this is one of the most exciting things about being an entrepreneur, is that there's no one telling you what to do. You don't have to have meetings where you all decide a big boardroom about what direction to take. It's up to you. Number 6 is that you have to have a passion for what you're doing. Entrepreneurship is hard as as shit in itself. And if you're not passionate about the thing that you've chosen to do, it's going to be too easy to just drop it and walk away. You need to have a real passion for industry or the guests that you're serving or just the hospitality aspect of it, because this is what's going to help you stay motivated and persist through the tough times. And with Airbnb, it does have to sort of be a passion or a desire to just please people in terms of guests, because this is a hospitality business. It all boils down to reviews. So if you've got a passion for property but you hate people, this might not be a good business for you, because when you're passionate about guests, you're going to leave those little touches, you're going to develop that rapport, and that's all going to feed through into 5-star reviews. And when you get lots of 5-star reviews, you get lots of money. The next trait that you're going to need is leadership skills.
I am the captain.
Now, you might not need this on day one, but if you start outsourcing maintenance and cleaning or a VA to deal with guests, you're going to need to manage this team. Airbnb is a very difficult business to run as a one-man band. You're going to need to enlist the help of other people. And it's not just about building a good team, but it's about leading them in the direction and inspiring them to bring them along on your journey to deliver the best customer service and best experience for those guests. Number 8, and I already touched on it, but it's about being customer focused. And in this industry, your customers are your guests. This industry is not just a way to print money. This is a hospitality business where the people coming to stay in our properties are real people coming on their holidays. They've saved up money to go on and they've chosen your place. You have to treat them with good customer service, care and respect. We need to focus so much on these guests. What are their first impressions when they arrive? How do we interact with them during their stay? How do they think about us whenever they're leaving? Have we delivered a positive experience for them that's going to be reflected in reviews, but also recommendations and repeat bookings? You cannot be short-sighted in this industry and just chase the money at the expense of customer service. People will leave disappointed, frustrated, and they'll leave you some shit reviews. Number 9 is about being financially savvy. Now, this does not just mean how to save money. In fact, it's the opposite. I'm talking about where best to invest money to get the best return back. So what do I mean by that? Getting the best property that's going to deliver the best return, using AirDNA or other tools to research it to actually make sure that it's going to do what you think it will, finishing it and decorating it and adding the most amenities that are going to deliver the best experience for guests, paying high quality, responsible, trustworthy cleaners, paying to get tradespeople that come and do good work and on time, investing in the right tech that's going to make things easier, streamlined, save you money and actually make you money, all of those things. But yes, it's also about not being careless with money either. So it's about making sure that you're covering your costs, that you're not offering one night stays with super high changeover costs. So at the end of the month, you realize you've actually lost money. It's about not wasting money with elaborate welcome packs that guests take one thing of and the rest has to go in the bin. It's about being smart with your utilities so your energy bills don't get out of hand. And really it just boils down to treating this thing like an actual business. It's not a side hustle. It demeans it, the word side hustle. It's like it's a hobby. This is not a hobby. This is a business and you need to treat it as such. And number 10, we've gone full circle here. It's persistence. This is not an industry or a business that you can learn overnight. You're gonna make mistakes. Sometimes you're gonna make the mistake multiple times, but it's about trying to improve a little bit each time. There's gonna be things in your business that annoy the hell out of you, but you're just gonna have to chip away, systemize those things bit by bit to get them off your plate. Success comes to those who just refuse to quit. Be persistent, learn from guest feedback, improve your listings constantly, adjust your approach to stay competitive, and just keep aiming for 1% better every stay. Now, you don't need to have all of these traits straight away. You might recognize some of them in you. You might know you've got an inkling that you could work on some of the other ones. It takes time. The right thing is to have the right attitude and the desire to move forward. And if you still want to do that, then you need to watch this video where I just give everything that I know, all the 17 years of my experience, in a very short 40-minute video. See you next time.